And it all points to this really deep principle you see in the Psalms. The stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. It's this incredible paradox. In God's way of doing things, being rejected by the powers that be, well, that doesn't mean you failed. A lot of the time, it means you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Okay, so let's bring it back to John chapter 6. You have this same this scleros teaching from Jesus. It's offensive, it's unacceptable to many, and it lands on the crowd and produces two totally opposite reactions.
First, you have the crowd's choice, and the Bible is just brutally honest about it. It says, "From that time, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him." We're not talking about a few grumblers. This was a mass departure. They were out, all because his words were too much to stomach.
So then Jesus turns to his inner circle, the 12, and asks this just gut punch of a question. You don't want to leave too, do you? And Peter's answer is it's incredible. He doesn't say, well, Lord, could you explain the flesh and blood part a little better? No, he just says, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. He's essentially saying, we don't get it all, but we trust you.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? The dividing line wasn't about who was smart enough to figure it out. Both groups heard the exact same hard words. The difference was the condition of the heart. One group was following him for the benefits package. The other group was following him for him.
And so that leaves us with the question that's just as relevant today. When a teaching from Jesus feels hard to us, when it feels offensive or demanding or just completely out of step with our culture, where does our trust ultimately lie? In our own understanding or in the one who's speaking the words?